the Shrinking Snake Lady, and thank you so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel. I want to talk about the saying that's been going on of the scale's the devil, blah blah blah, you know, scale's bad, don't weigh yourself, and all this kind of stuff, focusing on the scale, why it's so bad. Okay, so I want to talk about that the scale itself isn't the devil or isn't bad. It's our attitude towards stepping on the scale is the issue. So we need to change that than throwing out the scales. I've seen people, you know, even damaging it, you know, breaking it, taking their frustration on it, and it's not healthy, to tell you the truth. You're basing it, you're having so much built up hate toward the scale, but you're not really changing who you are. Who are you being when you step on your scale? Is it, are you feel like, oh gosh, I hope the scale goes down this week, and if it doesn't go down, I'm gonna do extra cardio, extra, you know, and eat super less and have less calories and do the extreme, or do one cleanse to another cleanse, and you're super hating yourself because the fact that the scale did not go down. See, that's the thing. You want to change the person who you are being. I lost 100 pounds back in 2011 in 13 months, and yeah, that's fine and dandy, but whoop-de-frickin' do. I don't want a frickin' trophy for it because of the fact that I did it I wasn't mentally transformed. And I based it off of the scale. I stepped on it every single day. And I would change one thing on my diet, and then I'm like, okay, the scale went up, so I gotta take that out. Oh, the scale went down, so I'm doing good on that. Or I would do everything on the scale, based on everything on the scale, whether I felt, you know, I was happy, sad, you know, I was proud of myself, or I was not proud of myself. And, you know, I based everything on that scale. See, the thing is, it wasn't the scale, and it wasn't the amount of times, you know, you could weigh yourself daily. I don't understand multiple times a day, but you could weigh yourself daily. You know, I do it in the morning before I eat, drink, and then without clothes. And so I do it that way. And then after I use the restroom, so that way it's, you know, it's more sufficient that way. I guess it's more accurate that way, because when you wear yourself with clothes, you know, some clothes weigh way more than the others. That's how I weigh myself personally, and I've tried to do it weekly. I try to do it monthly. I try to do it, you know, every day. Like, I changed the time. The time of weighing yourself doesn't really matter. I've done it daily just to kind of just to see how my body is doing it, because I knew mentally I transformed the person from inside. Like, my attitude, I'm like, okay, well, let me see if I do gain weight on my period, you know, because I hear women gain up to 10 pounds, you know, on their period. I didn't gain an ounce on my period, and so it just depends. I was just trying to use this as one tool to learn about my body, and keep in mind, there's so much more than on the scale. Not saying that it's bad, or, you know, it's just our attitude tends to be focused on the scale and how we feel about our self-worth. And I started, when I started my journey, I started doing, you know, weekly weigh-ins, and, you know, I would post it, and that was all fine and dandy, I mean, at first, but I really wish I wouldn't have even done that, because the reason why is because I sent the mentality of the, oh, we got to do this weekly weigh-in, and it has to be weight loss, and if it's not, then I'm a bad person. And we see these weight loss shows, The Biggest Loser and all these reality weight loss shows, and we see them working out excessively, eating, you know, less, and it just like, we see how important the numbers are and the value you are based on the numbers, and it triggers you to focus on that, and you're taught to believe in yourself, whether you know, to love yourself depending on that scale. And like I said, it does not matter how often you weigh yourself or throw it away. It does not matter. It matters of who you are being when you are doing that action. So you want to make sure you're actually transforming from the person you are to the person you want to be. You want to make sure you have a healthy relationship with yourself and food, and you don't want to be too super strict on like, oh, I gotta have this, and if I have this, I'm such a bad person. We hear this, and we tend to hear this, and we also say this to other people. I was so bad today. I was so good today. You base your value on whether you're eating healthy or not healthy. And that's not how it should be. You are incredible. No matter where you eat healthy or unhealthy, you're just either going toward or away from your goals. But there's never a point of no return. No matter how far you went away, you know, of eating unhealthy and started eating junk food and started binging and feeling that self-hate and the fact that you gave up this time and you were frustrated at yourself. You see other people losing weight and you don't know how you could just give up on yourself, and it's the fact that it shouldn't be hard. And I hear people all the time, oh, the struggle is real and weight loss is so hard, but this time will be different. I know it will be. It will be freaking different. But then you're doing the same exact thing. You're still going into the rut of you're hating yourself, and you're like, oh, my body is so disgusting. I can't believe I let myself go. And you start having that bad attitude, and that gets you nowhere. That gets you nowhere. And you have to really honestly ask yourself, am I really mentally transforming myself from the inside? Without like, don't think of it as, have I been doing my actions as in eating healthy and working out? That doesn't explain anything. Ask yourself, am I really changing who I am being? Am I different from the last time I tried to lose weight? Am I doing anything different to prevent myself from going back to my old way of starting over and starting over and starting over? And so I know it was really hard to believe that, because like when people be like, you got to change your mind, I'm like, at the first 2 times I thought I did, and I got so offended when people would think like I wasn't mentally transformed. And now I kind of see it. I kind of see it in other people, but I don't point it out, because you have to be ready and you have to ask yourself those questions. And if you're the type of person to ask somebody how much they lost, how often, you know, how long it took them to lose X amount of weight, how tall they are, and start trying to, you know, do all this dynamic and trying to focus as far as comparing yourself to others and how much that person is lifting, how much, you know, and asking these questions, or if, you know, if you should do exactly the amount of calories, or keto, or whatever. There's so many diets out there. So whatever plan that the next person is doing, that's not really mentally transforming. You're just trying to mimic the other person and comparing yourself to someone else's journey. But you have to understand, you could have the same exact thing as the next person, and your body may react to it differently. And if you have something that your body's not, it doesn't work for you, you know, you're going to end up gaining weight or getting bloated, or your body's going to tell you it's not right for you. And so you want to do other factors after you eat. See how your body is feeling, if you're getting energy, you know, those kind of things. So just strive to stay away from the smaller picture of things and just start looking at the bigger picture, and stop thinking of it as a finish line. There's so many of us that focus like, oh, I'm not losing weight and fast enough or slow enough or whatever, or this person's losing so much weight, how come I'm not losing weight, and I'm working out just as much or eating just as little. And you want to stay away from how fast or how slow you're losing weight. And for me, I am just going to share with you when I have losses. Yes, I may gain a couple pounds here and there, but I know it's just temporary. I may slip up a day or two here and there, but I know it's just temporary. But I want to, my attitude toward it is not like, oh my gosh, I'm such a horrible person. But I know with the next meal, with you know, I'll be on track. But as of right now, I'm working on just having a healthier version of myself, and I know that I will reach my goals no matter what. And I know once I'm done with the losing weight phase, I'm going to have to eat in a surplus, and I'll gain weight because I want to have a physique of a muscle definition. I mean, there's two women that I have an ideal body type that I would like as in muscle definition. It's not the boobs or the behind that I'm concerned about. It's the muscle definition that I want to be the best version of me. So there's an ideal goal that I would like, but I'm not trying to compete or compare with anyone else. Like, I would love to have a body like Erica from Erica Fit Love, or the Iron Goddess. I just started following her. She, you know, these two women have like the ideal body type that I would love to obtain, and I know it's possible. And as far as you know, losing weight and gaining that muscle, and I know it's not going to happen overnight. And I'm not concerned as far as the time frame. It's going to happen when it happens. So I just wanted to share that with you. And of course, I'm still working on it, and I may slip up as far as my workouts. And I'm trying to stay on track on that. My sleep has been horrible, and so I'm trying to work on that. And so that has an effect on my workouts and my nutrition. So I'll definitely share as I go along, and definitely follow me on Snap. I share the good, bad, and ugly on there. And I'm sorry this video is all over the place, but just make sure that you're changing who you are, so that way you could continue on and have this process be easier. And if you need help, definitely email me if you are seriously interested of hiring me as your health coach. Just email me at shrinkingsnakelady@gmail.com. Thank you so much for your time, and you have a wonderful day. Bye.